up? It's Madeline Paquette. I am a certified sommelier and co-founder of WineFolly.com, where we learn by drinking. Today is gonna be a real challenge. My husband came in here, poured out these two wines into these two glasses, and I have no idea which one is which. But hopefully, through deductive tasting, we can figure out which one is the New World wine and which one is the Old World wine. In our exploration of New World versus Old World Pinot Noir. Okay, let's get started. When I say Old World, I'm talking like the countries of France, Italy, and Spain. And when I'm talking New World, it's more like the countries of United States, Argentina, Chile, New Zealand, and Australia. First wine to me is a pale ruby to garnet color, maybe more on the garnet side. And it looks to me a lot like the way Pinot Noir is supposed to look. On the nose, wow, so much fruit. This is the first indication where I think this might be a New World wine. In my experience with New World wines, they tend to have bombastic fruit flavors. I smell sweet cherries, raspberries, cranberry sauce, hibiscus, and sort of high-toned aromas of roses. Very pretty smelling wine. When I look at the legs, I see it looks like it has medium to maybe medium plus alcohol level, just looking at the little tears forming on the side of the glass. All right, before I taste this guy, let's take an assessment of this dog over here. Whoa, this wine has a lot more color than that other wine. That's very strange. I would say it's almost a medium ruby to garnet, medium garnet color. Looks like Pinot Noir, but something is special and unique about how much extraction is going on in this wine. I'm kind of surprised. When I look at the legs on this wine, geez, it also looks like it has pretty high extraction of alcohol just by the way the legs and how many legs are forming compared to the other wine. I'd almost say it looks like it has higher alcohol level. Okay. Whoa! Savory! This is where I start to think that even though this wine looks very extracted and lots of color in the glass, that it might be an Old World wine, because you know what I get on the nose? Savory flavors and lots of minerality. I smells like peony, tilled soil, sort of bergamot, and underneath those smells I get really, really subtle notes of vanilla and rich, ripe raspberries. Okay, so we just smelled both wines. Let's give them a taste. I have to admit, I'm now maybe even more confused than when I started, but I'm still thinking this one might be the New World wine and this one might be the Old World wine. Let's see how they do on the palate. You know I do that to test the alcohol level. On the palate, this wine has pretty high acidity and it has lots and lots of tart and herbal fruit flavors, much more on that tart and savory flavor spectrum. In terms of minerality, I do get some tannin on this wine. When I push my tongue to the roof of my mouth, I feel a little bit of grit there. That might be some stem inclusion in the winemaking. If you want to know more about winemaking, we got a lot of info on the site. That stem inclusion can add some more bitter tannins to this wine. In terms of alcohol level, I can definitely feel it burning in the back of my throat a little bit there. So this might still be our New World wine, although I will say it's got a lot of tart fruit, something I note primarily in Old World wines. Well, let's see what we can do with this next glass of wine. Holy smokes. Whoa. This is a serious bottle of wine. On the palate, this wine has bombastic, massive fruit flavors of raspberries. It leads into some subtle earthy notes of tilled soil, and then I get moderate tannins on the palate. Not only do they hit the middle of the tongue, but also on the sides a little bit. This is a very well-made wine. On the finish, it goes into more of this sort of sweet fruit, clove, allspice play, but it's not overly strong with the oak usage. This wine is extremely well balanced and has a very long palate from beginning to finish. I am honestly, I'm kind of blown away. Is this an Old World wine that I'm tasting here, even though it has so much bombastic fruit? You know, I'm gonna trust my gut here and say that it is. And you know why? I have a little bit of tricks up my sleeve that I can reveal to you. When I'm looking at these two bottles on the labels, there's a couple of clues telling me more. First of all, this wine is from the Côte d'Or region of Burgundy from Givry-Chambertin, which is a very excellent quality region for making Pinot Noir, and it's from the 2015 vintage. If you didn't already know, 2015 for Burgundy for Pinot Noir was redonk. The wines that came out of that vintage that year were some of the best Pinot Noir wines I've had from Burgundy in years and years. So something as big and fruity as this wine coming from Burgundy is not an unreasonable guess. This might still be our old world wine, even though it's got so much fruit. This dog, on the other hand, when you're talking Oregon Pinot Noir versus California Pinot Noir, there are going to be a lot tartar fruit flavors coming from Oregon because it's a cooler climate region, quite honestly. And Domaine Drouhin, you can bet they're trying to make their wines in an old world style. This is the same producer across the waters. So I wonder if maybe they're doing the best they can to make an old world styled wine in Oregon and producing something that is maybe confusing my palate a little. So my guess is still New World over here and Old World over there. It looks like my buddy Justin might have put the bottles up right next to the glasses. I have one way to determine the answer, so let's find out if I'm right. Look, an empty glass. So if I'm right, this Burgundy over here is going to pour a glass of wine that has the same intensity of color as this wine right here. So pressure's on, guys. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes, guys. No way! There's one last check I can do to be sure, is to taste it. I was right. So you too can learn about wine and be able to blind taste wine on your own and pick out which region it's from. All you need to do is pay attention every time you drink wine. And if you need help doing it, check out our book, Wine Folly, the Master Guide, an excellent way to dive into the world of wine and have a lot of fun while doing it. If you like what we're doing here, definitely subscribe. And until next time, peace out.